The base show gold 20,000 likes. Post your business while the black community is failing to upgrade, time to buy stocks at discount cryptocurrency and the S&P 500. So we're going to speak on a lot of growth sectors. Now we see the market is dumping. The market is dumping because it's a turf war with China, Canada, and Mexico. So as time go on, the market going to restabilize itself. Once it restabilizes itself, everybody should start making money again. But at this time, we don't know what's going on with the Doge situation with Elon Musk. Now we don't know what's going on with the federal government, with the shutdown. We don't know what's going on with the tariffs. So the market is in a frenzy. But the market will start stabilizing itself. But this is a good time for people to get into the market. If you get into the market right now, the market is at a discounted price. And what I mean by that, because if people see the market going down, because the market is going down, that do not mean anything. That is not a bad thing that the market is dropping, because the market going to do that. Everybody know the market going to drop. You're going to have a bear and a bull market. That's a given. But we know historically, you only had 6 recessions within a century. So if we do go into a recession, it's still an opportunity that you can make money in the market. Because right now, if you're a trader, the people who are trading stocks, they love it. They love what's going on. Because a trader right now, they trying to predict what way the market going to shift. They don't know if it's going to go high, low. They're going to put in works. They're going to put in stop losses. And they're going to try to time the market to make gains. But if you're a long-term investor, this is going to be normal for this to happen. Now, even under the Biden administration, we went through that where the market had went down some, then it stabilized and went back up. Because any new administration, when they start rattling stuff, the market play the game. But I'm on here to tell people, me personally, this is a buyer's market for me. Because when I see Tesla down, I see Apple is down, I see Nvidia is down, Chipotle is down, Google, Alphabet, a lot of these companies down. Even the S&P 500 index fund, ETF trust, they are down. So this is a great opportunity for anybody who getting into the market to sit there and start building wealth. See, a person who is layman to the market, don't understand the market, they don't understand the volatility of the market and why the market do the things it do. So they're going to be scared. So, man, if I throw some money into the market right now, if I lose my money, I'm going to snap out. That's why you never invest what you can't afford to lose. Now, investing is not gambling. Now, gambling, you can lose. Investing is not gambling. You see what I'm saying? So it's a formula to investing. You have people who do this for a living. You have people who make billions of dollars from investing. Warren Buffett, the only man in history, as far as we know, had made all his money, his billions, hundreds of billions, just straight from the market. So the market right now is a great time for people to get in to make substantial gains. And I know y'all ain't understand what I'm talking about. The market is going down, but this is the time to buy stock. That's like saying when you see a pair of Nike Jordan Chicago Breeze on sale for $90, you're gonna get them because you know they cost $2,000, and you can resell them. Or you go to Costco's, not Costco, just say you go to Value City or one of those stores and see an item on sale that used to be $500. It's for $250. You can go back in line and resell it. That's the same way the stock gonna be. Cause once the market go back up, it's gonna be a great time for you. So basically, we were speaking on a Spider S&P 500 ETL trust. That's 500 of the top company plus inside that portfolio. Now, about a week ago, I think it was trading at 575. Yesterday we checked, it was at 515. So that's a $60 loss. But it really ain't a loss because you still have that stock. Only time you're taking a loss if you sell. So right now, as long as you hold that position, it's going to go back up. So if it go back up, just say if it go back to where it was. And I bought in at 115. And I made a $60 gain if I buy it at 116. See what I'm saying? So me personally, I'm going to buy some more. The only reason I didn't buy any more because my brother-in-law is out the country. And he can't do the trade for me while he's out the country. So once he get back, I'm going to buy more shares and the S&P 500, because I know historically the S&P 500 been anywhere from 10 to 15% for almost a decade, almost a century. And last year it was anywhere between 32% or 36%. So never be afraid to make your investments when the market doing what it do. Even in the cryptocurrency sector, when Donald Trump first took office, I'd have made almost $100,000 gain. I'm gonna say like $75,000 gain. Now since he been putting on the tariff wars and talking about sanctions and talking about the war and talking about the door situation where they trying to find fraud inside the federal government, laying off a lot of federal workers. Now I might be up to 30,000 gain. So basically, I can say I lost 40,000, but I didn't, because at the end of the day, I still had the same shares. I still had the same crypto, because I know the market gonna go back up. Remember, when he came in, Bitcoin had shot up to $109,000. Now Bitcoin is about $85, $83. So if you a big time investor and you bought in at 100,000, it might be a great opportunity for you buying at 83,000. So I bought in at XRP. I bought in at 30 some cent a share. The height went up to like 340. Now it's down like about 260, 230, somewhere around there. So if it go under that, I'm gonna buy some more, and I'm gonna kindly keep buying it, because I still see that this is a discounted price token. So we got 2 people in there. Can everybody please tap for me? Because you tap, that'll get more people to come in, and it'll help the algorithm. So can everybody please tap this screen, power tap for 30 seconds? Because like I said, it'll get more people to come in, and it'll help the algorithm go fast and people get this free information. So we speak on the S&P 500. I feel everybody should open up a brokerage account. You can use Vanguard, you can use Fidelity, you can use BlackRock, any one of these companies. But BlackRock is the most successful investment company right now. It's the biggest on the planet. So if you invest in one of these companies, they will manage your funds for you in your brokerage account. So by them managing your funds, that means they're going to take over your account, and they're going to sit there and put your money in a lot of where it should be. So if I go in there right now and say, hey, Mr. Charles Schwab, I want to open up a brokerage account, they're going to ask me a series of questions: my age, where I'm from, do I have a bank account, how much I'm willing to invest, etc., etc. Do I have a high risk tolerance, or do I have a moderate risk tolerance? So I'm going to tell them I'm a moderate, because my age factor, I'd be 60 this year. So I don't have a high tolerance for taking a lot of risk when it comes down to investment. So they're going to say, okay, what are your financial goals? Well, if I'm a 30-year-old man or woman, I'm going to say, hey, I'm 30 years old. By the time I get 65, I want to be a millionaire. They're going to say, well, we have a fund for you. It calls such fund. Now, you can put X amount of dollars in this fund each month, and it should put you, if you consistently do this for 35 years, you should become a millionaire. Because historically, this is the way it been going for the last 15 to 30 years. So they already have plans in place. So all you got to do is tell them your financial goal, your financial outlook, and where you want to be by the time you're 65, and they can put that plan together. Even with me, if I'm 60 and I say I want to retire at 65 with $1 million in the bank, they can tell me how much money I need to invest each money to smash that goal. Now, for me to want to become a millionaire in 5 years, I'm going to have to come up maybe close to 10 grand a month. It's not impossible, but we know more people do not have 10 grand, so it's going to be least likely. Now, we got 4 people here. This is a follow for follow also. Can everybody please power tap? Because once you start power tapping, bring the lights up. Come on, y'all. Everybody, let's tap. Let's tap, 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 tap. Because we get the lights up, more people be able to come in and get this free information. Because a lot of people are going to be gatekeepers. You're not going to get free information. They're not going to tell you how to open up a brokerage account. And they're not going to show you exactly what I invest in. And I also give up stock tips of the day when we be on here about the things I invest in. So come on, y'all, let power tap. Let like have lazy fingers. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff I invest in. And I always put this one on the wall because this is very dear to me and I made a lot of money off it. And I want people to get the same. Well, this is not financial advice for one, but I want everybody to invest in this, because if you invest in it, it's a great possibility that you can make money from this. Like I said, man, we got to stop being scared to make money, because if you don't put in the time, hold up. And I want everybody, once I put this on the wall, to look it up. The symbol is now. I just put that stock up here. I want everybody to look that up. That's a Vanguard S&P 500 ETF trust. Last week it was trading at $575. This week it's at a discount at $515. So a lot of people ain't gonna understand what that S&P 500 index fund is. It's 500 of the top companies plus in the world. Now, just say you invest in this portfolio, the ETF. You got a great possibility to make some money. Just say 400 other companies don't make no money this year, and the other 100 companies go up a percentage. You will still make money. You won't be in the red. Now, this is a booklet they send me. It's a Spider S&P 500 ETF trust. Now, if you're not a stockbroker, if you're not an investment broker, or you're not invested in the Spider S&P 500 through Vanguard, you will not get this annual report. The only reason I get it, because being a shareholder, they consider you part of the business. So the information they have, I am allowed to have this information by federal law. So they make sure they send me a booklet like this every quarter. So 3 to 4 times a year, I get an updated pamphlet of what this company invested in. Now, mind you ain't going to find no platform that's going to give you the information free of charge out of these booklets. Because a lot of them maybe don't even have them. Because a lot of them on here is hustling, saying they can build your credit, or they can teach you how to invest. How you going to teach me how to invest if you don't have an investment company? How can you make trades for me if you don't have an investment company? How can you open up a brokerage account for me if you don't have no investment company? That's why I tell you, go to Vanguard, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, or BlackRock, and talk to an actual agent who can get the account open. But one thing about this is the Bible of the Spider S&P 500 ETF. This is the Bible. This is the Bible. And I ain't saying that to be arrogant, but a lot of people are not going to have this information. Now, once I open up this booklet, it shows you the schedule of all the investments. The schedule of all the investments. That's why I put that VOO on the wall. It's very important that y'all do your research. It's very important that y'all taking this information. Because you don't take in this information, stop saying people are gatekeepers. You got good people online that will give you information. Now I have a guest trying to come in. If you come in, you got to come in. You got to turn your camera on. If you come in, also, you got to be on here talking about stocks and how to invest, or giving up information or receiving information. So I'm going to invite you in, but I need you to turn your camera on if you're going to come in. So I'm going to bring you in, Messy. You got to turn your camera on. You coming in, Messy. Good morning.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. What's your
And
name? What's your
can you
name?
turn your phone up so everybody can hear you?
Yeah. What's your name? What's your name, Joanne?
I'm going to name Accident Investor.
Wait.
Like I said, you got to put your camera on. If you're
I
going to
know.
be
I
on
am.
this
I am. I
platform.
am.
Excuse me? I got time for this shit. I'm going to have to take you off, fam.
Let me see.
See, that's why I don't bring people up. Because if you're going to come up, we talking about business. We talking about how to build wealth. So if you want to come up, turn your camera on. Talk about business. If you own a business, put your business on the wall. I have almost 30,000 followers I don't know where everybody at on this country, but put your business on the wall. Let people know how they can contact you. If you want to come live, come up, but have your camera on. This dude here, man. Now, drink water. I'm going to say to you, if you want to come in, turn your camera on live. If anybody want to come in, you got to have your camera on. And you also got to be thinking about pictures. So drink water. If you want to come in, request to come in again, and I'll bring you in. But this book is the Holy Grail. And I'm going to show you why. Because once you become an investor, now I'm going to show y'all. This all investment information. This is all investment information. This is all investment information. This is what I love to do. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not your stockbroker. But I'm just a friendly guy on social media talking about what he invests in. Now, when I tell people about investing, if you're online and people talking about investing, if they not showing you where they getting their money from, they not showing you their portfolio, run far away from them. It's a lot of people here scamming, just trying to get freaking money from people. I would never ask nobody to send me anything because God is taking care of me and I'm blessed. My thing is to get on here and educate my people about investing. Because there be so many people be on these platform talking about people gatekeeping. Or they be in a barbershop and beauty salon saying people are gatekeeping. I come on here twice a day to teach about and get information about investing. And it's free. I'm still paying Charles Schwab and Vanguard to manage my portfolio. Before we go on through the booklet, I'm going to get you understanding of that. About to show y'all something. Everything that's inside my portfolio, part of my portfolio, this is how your portfolio gonna look when they send you the stuff every month. It's gonna have a lot of stocks that you invest in. Now, mind you, this is set up by a professional company that I still pay fees to. And I'm giving everyone this free information that I pay Vanguard. I pay Vanguard. And I freaking pay Charles Schwab. All the information I give you, I'm giving you that's coming out of an actual 7-figure portfolio. This portfolio sitting in front of me is 7 figures. Right? So this is free information that coming from $1 trillion company, Charles Schwab and Vanguard. So if people don't take this information in, it's your fault. When I put a stock on there, I want people to research. And the reason I put a lot of stuff from the S&P 500 in there because it's easier for people to start investing in the market while they're learning about the market. Because it never the wrong time to get in the market. The best time to get in the market is now. No matter the market is going down, this is the opportunity to buy stocks at a discount. Now, this pamphlet was sent to me, right, from Vanguard. This is the Spider S&P 500 ETF Trust. Now, inside this booklet, it would tell me all the companies that Vanguard invests in and the S&P 500 Spider ETF. Now, I'm going to read off some companies that's inside of here that everybody done heard about. And this will tell you if these companies are taking a chance to invest in these companies, you can also do this. Now, I'm gonna find some here. I know everybody heard of Chevron. Chevron got 20 million shares that worth $3 billion. Everybody heard of Charles Schwab, another investment company. They had 18 million shares worth $1.7 billion. Everybody heard of Cigna Group. They got 3.3 million shares worth $1.1 billion. Everybody heard of Cisco system. They have 48 million shares. It worth 2.5 billion. Everybody heard of Citigroup. Citigroup had 23 million, I'm sorry, shares. It worth 1.4 billion. Now everybody heard of Citizen Bank Group. They got 5.4 million shares worth 222 million. Now, y'all see where I'm going with this, right? You got Colgate, Palmolive. More people using Colgate. They have 9.8 million shares. It worth 1.2 billion. Comcast have 46 million shares. It worth 1.9 billion. So we can go on and on and on and on. So if a person on here right now freaking tell me that they never heard of this, they a lie. Now, CBRE Group. Now, a lot of y'all might have never heard of this group, but CBR Group is an investment company that manages real estate. I had some of their shares, and also some of my investment property are ran through that company. So they have 3.6 million shares at 450 million. Now, if we go over there, people heard of 3M, Abbott Laboratories. People heard of Airbnb. See, these are a lot of companies. Abercrombie and French, American Eagle. See, these companies here inside this booklet. If they inside that ETF, you can't go wrong. Now, we're going to fast forward why it's so hard to get a platform going when you're talking about investing, because people want to hear about the scam stuff. People want to sit there and hear about, can you fix my credit? Well, send me $500. I give you the bronze. You send me at $1,500, I give you the silver package. And you send me $2,500, I give you the gold package. And you send me the ultimate $4,500, I will give you the platinum package series to help you build your credit. See, we like scammers. We don't like people that actually teaching. Because teaching and learning about investment is so fucking boring. Now, I'm going to show you something. That's why I put on here also why the black community is failing. Because the black community live its life on hoping that somebody do something for them. The black community live its life on now trying to scam. See, the hustlers in the 80s and 90s, 2000 was the one. Now, in the mid-2000s, out of 2015 and up, now the scammers are the ones driving the Bentleys and the Rolls Royces, wearing the big chains and jewelry. So everybody have a scammer mentality. They don't want to listen to something that's going to be long term. They want it now, 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 now. If I don't get it now, it doesn't mean anything. That's how they looking at it. They don't realize that I've been investing almost 20 years. I'll be 60. That tell you I've been investing since I was 40. When I had it put in my mind that, damn, I want to invest. I had to invest for 35 years to get a certain edge on my finance. That time go fast. I started investing in 2008. It's 2025. I'm going to invest for the next 50 years because I'm going to be 110 when I leave this planet. So people don't realize once you start talking about investing is a long-term entity. Investing is not short-term entity. Gambling is short-term. So a lot of people miss the point in our black community. That's why in a black community, everybody Google it if you want to. In the black community, you only have maybe 1 to 2% of the African American community have $1 million in assets. I'm not saying they don't have $1 million home. I'm not saying they don't have a Bentley, but that's a liability to them, to their house that paid off. If I have $1 million house and I only paid $300,000 into it, I have $700,000 liability that I still owe. So my net worth is only $300,000. You follow me? They said only 1 to 2% of the African American population have a net worth of $1 million. So they tell you there's a lot of fake fraud shit on social media. Hey, let Power tap up to 1,500 real quick. I never said I had $1 million house. You weren't listening. I said if I did, clown. And also, whoever you is user, you ain't got no face. So I'm gonna play games with you. All you got to do is look up my property, TF Investment in Property. I own 17 pieces of property. My portfolio with my real estate alone is worth 2.3. So whatever you're talking about doesn't even matter. But I like bitter people. And I never said I had $1 million house, but the house I'm sitting in right now costs $350,000 and I don't owe anything on it. So this is going to part of my net worth. The $350,000 house I'm sitting in doing this live is worth $350,000. I don't owe anything on this piece of property. So that goes to my net worth. So if they say you only have 1 to 2% of the African American population only have a net worth of $1 million, that means there's a lot of individuals on social media selling your dream. I'm not talking about the scammers. Their time will come. I'm not talking about the hustlers. Their time will come. I'm talking about a law-abiding citizen who actually doing the right thing. So don't make yourself feel that you're missing out on something. Don't make yourself feel that you behind somebody light years because they showing a Bentley that's rented for that day, or they showing an Airbnb that's rented for that day, or they showing stuff like that. So a lot of time, or they might have rented jewelry, or the jewelry might be fake. So don't get caught up, or they gonna have fake designer on. So never get caught up with people doing on social media. Because all you got to do is Google and ask about the American people net worth. You only had 16% of the African American population that taking home 6 figures. And that's before overtime. Now, I'm not counting your overtime because you're making $30 an hour and you do overtime 6 to 7 days a week. You can sit there, hey, good day, Fudge. You can sit there and go over 6 figures. But you don't have a big percentage of the American population, African American population, that's not educated, that making $60 an hour. Making $60 an hour before taxes, that'll put you at 120. So now you take out the taxes, so you got to take out 37% or 40% is all they paying where you live at, and then you got to take out your state taxes and your local tax. So now you're under 6 figures. So it's hard to find more than 16% of the African American population that's making 6 figures. So when you're on these social media platform, people are teaching and showing you a falsehood, a false lie. If I put my cars, I put my jewelry, I put shit that how much would I pay? If I put my car, I put my jewelry, I put all the stuff that I actually own on here, I will have 1 million followers. I will actually have 1 million followers because they're like, wow, I have over $500,000 just in classic cars. They guarantee you get that money back for me. I have a 5-car garage in my backyard filled up with classic vehicles. And if people see them classic vehicles and I went to sell them classic vehicles at an auction, I can get over $500,000. So if I start showing my personal wealth, people would want to follow you more. I choose not to do that because I want people sincerely to follow me and sincerely get the information. See, and that's what we got to do. We got to start finding a platform that's going to actually give you the right information. They're going to put you in the right situation where you can start growing your wealth. Because you never want to sit there and put yourself in a situation where you're not accumulating wealth. If you're not accumulating wealth, you're doing yourself a damn disservice. And you never want to do yourself a disservice. Building wealth is key. Being consistent is even more. You see what I'm saying? So now be more consistent about what you do. If you don't, you're going to never gain in life. You want to always gain because if you're doing the right thing, you will be putting yourself in a situation. You won't be in a situation with a guy or girl who on here ain't got nothing to do with try to heckle somebody, making themselves look like a damn fool. See, that just tell you our mindset. I don't know if it's a child, I don't know if it's a man or woman, I don't know what it is. Or is it a bot? But that just tell you the mentality of people. That people can type childish, immature stuff so their mentals, instead of sitting on here typing, how can they get themselves successful? How can they put themselves in a situation where they won't have to work in 10 years or before, or where they can build a financial portfolio, or where they can get into real estate? See, that when I tell people, like, I see a couple people follow. I see Fudge coming a lot. Go DJ Unstoppable. Important. I'm about to show y'all something. Now, I had 17 pieces of rental properties. At one time, I had 24 pieces of rental property. Now, during the pandemic, I sold some because I made a substantial profit and I put that money to the market. And the way I always weigh stuff out is, if I take, just say if I sold a house for $200,000, I put in the market, I made 20%. That'd be $40,000 I would make in the market, capital gains. And I wouldn't have to pay the property tax, the HOAs, or insurance, okay, or the water, or some breakdown of the house at that time by me being the landlord, or if somebody chose to leave that dwelling, so I wouldn't be making any money. So I took that opportunity when the market had crashed to build up wealth when I sold some of the properties. So now I had 17 pieces of rental properties. I have 15 rented out to Section 8 and 2 rented out because we run group homes from them. So now I always tell people the fastest way to be rich in this game, can everybody please tap? Let's tap over 1,000. That power tap over 1,000. The fastest way to get rich and become a millionaire is through real estate. I understand people say, well, cryptocurrency and the stock market. No. Real estate is the fastest, sure shot way. Now, I'm going to talk to the 5 individuals in the world. You got Fudd, you got Go DJ Unstoppable, and you got Mary. Now, this is the fastest way. Now, I want y'all to hear this simple game. Come on, y'all, please tap real quick. You listening, please tap. That power tap for 30 seconds. Now, I'm going to show you for we get the lights up. Power tap on your screen. Now, I'm going to give you this simple ass game. You ain't going to get nothing more simple than this. Where people will sell this game I'm about to give you for free. If you work every day, thank you for the lights. If you work every day, DJ, right? You got good credit. You can go to your financial institution, go to the bank, right? And get a pre-approval letter. Now just say, I don't know what state you're in, just say you're in Ohio. Get that pre-approval letter. They say, we're going to let you get a piece of property because we see that you're capable of paying for this piece of property. We're going to loan you $300,000 on that pre-approval letter. Call your realtor. Find your piece of property for $300,000. Take that piece of property, right? Make sure it's up to code. Get your inspection. Right? Now you got that piece of property. Go to Section 8. Become a Section 8 landlord. Fill out the paperwork with Section 8. Tell Section 8 it's a 4-bedroom dwelling. They willing to give you anywhere from $2,000 to $2,500 a month for that piece of property. Put your piece of property on the Section 8 website. Now, when people come with that voucher, just say the person got a voucher for $2,500. You take this voucher, you fill out the paperwork. Section 8 gonna send an inspector out there to inspect the house, make sure the house is up to code before they let this person rent from you and they cut you the check. Now, my Section 8 properties, I put nothing in there anymore. I used to put like appliances, dishwasher. Dishwasher would more like come, but like refrigerator, stove. I put like microwaves. If a microwave ain't gonna come in the house, microwave. I used to put in washing and dryers in the house. The reason I stopped that, because if that break down, I'm liable to fix that. And they put wear and tear on that product. So you don't want to have to come out your pocket, keep fixing appliances. So I tell people, if you move in, you got to bring your own appliances. Okay? Because Section 8 is not going to pay you anything extra for that. So now, DJ, I want y'all to hear this. Now, you got this $2,500 a month. Now you got somebody inside your property. Now, the bank going to let you finance this one piece of property that they gave you 300,000 for. They gave you 300,000, 300K. Now you got $2,500 coming in each month, guaranteed by the government. Now, Section 8 say, hey, you got a mortgage for 30 years on a $300,000 piece of property at 7%. You might be giving them. I appreciate it, fam, but watch this. This gonna be easy. How you gonna become a millionaire without coming out with none of your damn pocket, nephew? Watch this. Now you rent this house out. See, this shit get me hyped. I love giving people free game. Now you take that. You getting $2,500 a month, right? $2,500 a month from the bank. I mean, from Section 8. The bank gonna want you to pay them. Maybe I'm just throwing a number out there because I'm not exactly. I can't look at the numbers right now. Just say you got to get a bank $1,500, right? You made $1,000 gain, but hold up, you still got to pay your property tax. You got to pay your homeowner's insurance. So just say your property tax is $200 a month. Your homeowner's insurance is $100 a month. So that's $300. So you just say you out of $1,800 rounding. So now you still made $700 profit, right? Right? But what you do, you go ahead and get the bank the whole you get a bank 2,000, right? You got 500 you put to the side in a high yielding savings account that might give you 4%, or you can put in a brokerage account and it give you 10%. Now, if you want to withdraw the money, just say the furnace go out, which it shouldn't, or anything, and then you can get appliance insurance from different companies that'll pay for stuff like that. Your appliances, your hot water tank, your plumbing, etc. Now, you take that $500, you put that to the side, because don't forget, you're still working. So now you have Section 8 paying for that piece of property. You ain't out of no money, and you still making a $500 profit as you pay your property tax, your mortgage, and your homeowner's insurance. Now, just say 2 to 3 years go down the road. And the reason I say 2 to 3, hold on a second, I don't know who this is. It should be a law about these scammers. So where I was at, now you're putting $500 up in case something happened to the property. Now that $2,500 you putting 2 to the bank, and you keeping $500. Now just say 2 to 3 years go by. Every year in a good location, right? That piece of property should go up at least 5 to 10%. So now your $300,000 property should be worth $330 or $350. Now you got $50,000 in equity in that piece of property, right? Hear me out. This is the game right here, big dog. Now you go to the bank, you do the same process, right? And get another loan from them for the same amount. Now you got 2 houses. You got $600,000 to $700,000 worth of properties and 2 pieces of property. Rent out to Section 8. Section 8 give you another. So now you're getting $5,000 coming in. That's $60,000 a year. You keep $12,000, right? You keep $10,000. You get the bank the whole 10. Within 10 years, right? Or 11 years, them 2 pieces of property should be paid off. Now in 10 years, each one of them pieces of property should be worth at least $500,000. Your ass a millionaire, 2 pieces of property. And guess what? You ain't came out your pocket. Section 8 did it for you. Now you see how easy this game is, but the same game I just said, somebody gonna make you pay a lot of money for that information. This is a free game. I love giving a free game because this shit hype me up. Now, within 10 years, them two pieces of property gonna be worth about $1 million. And guess what? But you only owe 600,000. But in 10 years, if you gave them the whole 50,000 times 10, that's a half a million. You will owe less than 100,000 in 10 years. And guess what? Now you got $1 million worth of property. Hey, you going in and for a HELOC. Now in your community, you find 5 pieces of properties that all worth about 200,000 a piece. You take this HELOC out. Now I have 7 pieces of property, but I do owe $1 million because I took a HELOC out for $1 million. But I had 7 pieces of properties. Now, just say each piece of property, because the property value went up, the rent went up. We're gonna say we put them at 3,000. 3,000 times 7. That's $21,000 per year. You take, 21,000 per fucking month. That 200,000 you making in rent. Now, I'm a type of person, I still got a job going on. I'm gonna give you 150 a year. Within 10 years, this shit paid off again. But I got seven pieces of property that paid out, and I still have maybe $1 million in the bank. Because I made $200,000 per year on these 7 pieces of property that I'm written out for $3,000 a month. And also, now my property portfolio, these houses might be $1.52 million in assets. So that's why I said, man, the game is here, dog. You just got to follow the right people. Instead of somebody on here trying to heckle people, looking like a damn fool behind a screen, ain't got no followers. Now, I'm about to shut it down because I got to go to the gym. And I want y'all to have a peace day. A young man, DJ, if you need any advice, man, you can always hit me private and we can dialogue. Any information I have about my real estate, my beauty shop and barber shop, my cryptocurrency, my investment portfolios, my group home, whatever. I give my information to people. I'm not a gatekeeper. I want to see everybody shine. It's up to the person to take the information in. So y'all have a blessed day. Peace out. Os.